Hi, this is Kannababu. In this video, we'll discuss about stored procedures in SQL Server. First of all, you must know what is stored procedure. So, stored procedure is a set of pre-compiled SQL statements which will get executed when we call it. Some set of SQL statements we need to what? Execute. And execution of any SQL query. Generally, without stored procedures, if you write any SQL query, how the query will get executed. First of all, we need to write the query, and then the query will get compiled, and then proper plan is selected, like any indexes are applied or not, it will check, and then the query will get executed. Each and every time the query will get compiled and the proper plan is selected, and the query will get executed. But stored procedure set of pre-compiled SQL statements. So what is the execution flow of any stored procedure? Whenever you work with any stored procedure, you have to follow basically two steps. One is to create the procedure, other one is to call the procedure. Procedure will get executed when we call it. So whenever we create the procedure, what will happen means the procedure will save and then it will compile. And after compilation means checking for syntax errors. Once when the procedure is compiled, a proper plan is selected, like any indexes are applied or not. These are like cluster index, non-cluster index. If it any cluster index will be arranged, applied on your table, then it will automatically arrange all the data in ascending order. And then the proper plan is stored in execution plan. So whenever you call the procedure will directly execute from execution plan. Two steps are there. One is create the procedure, other one is what? Call the procedure. One time if you create the procedure, it will be saved permanently in your databases. Anyway, let us see how to work with that. So basically the steps to work with stored procedure is two steps are there. One is create the procedure, other one is call the procedure. Syntax to create the procedure is create procedure, procedure name, parameters as begin end. In middle we have to write some set of SQL statements. And after creating the procedure, we need to save the procedure and then we need to compile the procedure. And then automatically when you save the procedure will get compiled and proper plan is selected and execution plan, the proper plan is stored in execution plan. And whenever we call the procedure will get executed directly from execution plan. Every time it will not compile. So the definition we called as stored procedure is a set of pre-compiled SQL statements which will get executed when we call it. So every time it is not required to write the queries. Every time you don't need to compile the query. So here let us see how to work with this stored procedure. I'll open my SQL Server 2008 R2 and here I'll log in with my username and password. And here I have some database. If you want, you can create the database. Actually, basically here stored procedure supports two types of parameters. Stored procedure supports two types of parameters, input parameters and output parameters. One is input parameters, other one is output parameters. And these parameters can be declared by using @ symbol, input parameters and output parameters. It supports two types of parameters. So basically stored procedures are of two types. One is system defined stored procedure, other one is user defined stored procedure. System defined stored procedure means the stored procedures that are created automatically when we install SQL Server. Whenever we install SQL Server, then automatically the stored procedures are created. Those are called as system defined stored procedures. A lot of predefined procedures given by Microsoft, and these all system defined stored procedures are available. If you go to databases, there you can open any database. There you can see programmability. Below that programmability, if you try to open, there you can see stored procedures. If you open, there you can see system stored procedures. If you open, there you can see lot of predefined stored procedures are there. And always the system defined stored procedure starts with sp underscore. Example sp underscore help, sp underscore help db, sp underscore rename db. Like lot of predefined stored procedures that are available. It consists of some ready-made code is also available. If you want to view that code, right click modify. Is it clear? So ready-made code was given by Microsoft to make our work very easy. Is it clear? So whenever user defines stored procedure means creating a procedure depending on the user requirement. But at the time of creating the procedure, better not to create the procedure with sp underscore, because always system defined procedure starts with what? Sp underscore. So we have to create the procedure by using what? Any other name instead of sp underscore. So here if we create the procedure by using sp underscore, the problem is at the time of creating user-defined stored procedure, first it will try to search for what? System stored procedure. So the searching time will be more. So never create the user-defined procedure with sp underscore. Always try to create with some other name. So how to create a procedure? As I already told you, create procedure, procedure name. Let us see a simple program. Create a procedure to perform addition of two numbers. Something like create procedure name. I'll declare as P1. Parameters must declare with at the rate. At the rate A data type is int. At the rate B data type is int. This is the syntax to declare the variable or parameters. And here I'll try to write as begin end block. And here I'll try to set the value. I want to declare one variable. Declare at the rate C. Data type is int. And here I'll write set at the rate C is equal to at the rate A plus at the rate B. Here I'll try to give print. Here I'll try to give print at the rate C. So this is my procedure. Select the procedure, press F5. So command completed successfully. Procedure is what? Saved, compiled. I think it is saved in master database because I have not selected any other database. If you want, you can create your own database and store the procedure in the database. And here, if you want to execute the procedure, you can see exec space procedure name p1 space values. We have to pass two values 8, 3. Now here execute, you will get the output 11. Is it clear? So create the procedure and call the procedure. First you try to create the procedure and then you have to select this entire lines and press F5 and then call the procedure. The time of creating the procedure will declare parameters. At the time of calling the procedure, we have to pass what? Values. The number of values that we pass must match with the number of parameters. The order of values that we pass must match with order of parameters. So here two parameters are there, you have to pass two values. As these two are of integer type, we have to pass two integer values only. Is it clear? That is how you can work with basic example. So if you want to create the procedure of your own also, we can what? Create. So here you say, I want to create one database here, something like create database, something like some demo. Create database demo, execute. So already demo database is there. So you can use the database, use demo. And then I want to see what are the tables that are available in the database. So open demo. There you can see tables. There you can see one student table is there. I'll create one table here. So here something like create table emp. Column names I'll give enumber, data type int, ename, data type varchar of 50, comma, salary, data type I'll give as money. So I'll try to create the table. So how many columns are there? 3 columns are there. Data type, sorry, here. 3 columns are there. So I want to insert how many values? 3 values. So I want to create one procedure to store the employee details. How to create a procedure? Create procedure. Procedure name something like proc underscore add employee. And I'll pass the parameters. At the rate enumber, data type is int. 3 parameters I'll pass. At the rate ename, data type is varchar of 50 because I want to pass 3 values. And here I'll write at the rate salary, data type is money. and here I'll write as begin, and here I'll write end block, and here I'll write something like I want to insert the record. So write the insert query. Insert into table name. What is the table name? EMP. Values of, I'll pass the values at the rate enumber, comma, at the rate ename, comma, at the rate salary. I'll create the procedure. Select press F5. Command completed successfully. And I'll try to, if you want, you can see the procedure. Right click on tables, refresh, go to programmability. There you can see stored procedures. Below that you can see right click refresh. Here one stored procedure is created. PROC underscore add emp. It is saved permanently. If you want to execute the procedure, exec space PROC underscore add employee space 101, comma, you can give some values Anil, comma 20,000. Select, execute. One row is affected. Like that, if you want, you can insert any other value, 102. Here I'll give something like Jaydeep, some 23,000. So here execute. Is it clear? So right click on tables, refresh. And here you can see employee, edit top 200 rows. So here you can view the data. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is how you can create the procedure and you can call the procedure. So if you want to create a procedure to delete the employee details based on employee number, again you create one more procedure. Create procedure PROC underscore delete employee, and I'll pass the parameter at the rate e number data type is int. Here I'll write as begin end block. I'll try to write the delete query. Delete from EMP where e number is equal to at the rate e number. Is it clear? And then I want to execute the procedure. Exec space procedure name I will try to give PROC underscore delete EMP space, give the values 101. So this is how you can create the procedure and call the procedure. But actually we all are, as a front-end developers, if you're a .NET developer, you will create the procedure in database and you will call the procedure in front-end. Similarly, if you want to create a procedure to display the employee details, go and check in employee table, one record is deleted, 101. If you want to display the employee details, create procedure, and here I will try to write something like PROC underscore get employee without any parameters as begin end, because I don't want to, so I want to write simple select query, select star from EMP, so no need of any parameters for this. If any parameters input you are giving means, then only parameters are required. If you want, you can execute exec space procedure name PROC underscore get EMP. Select the procedure, press F5. This is how you can create the procedure to display the employee details. If you want to create a procedure to display the specific employee details, create procedure PROC underscore search employee. Search employee parameters at the rate e number data type is int. And here I will write as begin and here I will write end. Here you can write select star from EMP where e number is equal to at the rate e number. This is the procedure. And you can call the procedure by passing the value. I want to search based on employee number. So 101. Now a procedure will get what? Executed. I think 101 is deleted. So I'll give 102. Now a procedure will get executed. Is it clear? Thank you. For more videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook group. Thank you. Have a nice day.